All right, welcome back, everyone, and welcome if you're just joining us. I, of course, am Niz, and you're watching NizCast, or maybe you're listening in on Dota TV. Either way, hello.
5 seconds.
And we are getting set for the grand finals here of the Manila Major Open Qualifiers for the Americas region. And man, we just had one hell of a series between EverNova and Ro2. And I tweeted about it. I said on at NizCast, I tweeted, I had to say, tonight has been perfect examples of how the kill scores and the gold graphs are not always the best indicators on how a game is going. I realize it's hard to always know exactly the position a team's in, but when you first come into a stream, when you first hop into a game and try to figure out where everyone is and how the game goes, typically you look towards the kills, typically you look towards the gold graph to give you an idea. But especially that last game, gold graph didn't matter. I mean, it mattered, but it wasn't. That was not the position that I felt the game was in. I don't think it was the position that the players thought the game was in. And we saw an exact example of what happens when the game thinks you're at a 15k gold lead, but that's not the state of the game. And that's one thing I really, really don't like about when they originally brought into the comeback mechanics, how that changed the game. Because that game and the comeback mechanics helped EverNova's quite a bit, even though that they were never really that far behind. But they get extra gold because they are behind according to the game. But before I get into ranting about that, let's get into talking a little bit more about their opponent, EverNova's opponent in this grand finals. As they're going up against Dragneel, and I've said it so many times leading up to this match, Dragneel knocked off FDL in the semifinals. And like I said, FDL was definitely the favorites in that series. So they've got something special going on their run here to Manila. And we're going to see if they're going to be able to keep that going up against EverNova. But I want to just let everyone know, if you are listening in Dota TV, I know there's a lot of people watching on Dota TV. I am also streaming on twitch.tv/NizCast. So whether you're between games or whatever, if you want to pop out and say hi in the Twitch chat or hit me up with a follow, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you just want to sit in Dota TV and enjoy the game, go ahead. I am open to feedback though at the end of the cast. Definitely jump in Twitch, let me know, or hit me up on Twitter at NizCast, and let me know how I'm doing, and let me know if there's anything I can improve on, because I'm going to keep working on this and keep trying to get better with every cast I do. But we are well into the draft, so let's catch up. We've got Alchemist, Bounty Hunter, Winter Wyvern, which we've seen in every game tonight, and Darkseer banned out by EverNova. Enchantress, Doom, Puck, and Oracle banned out by Dragneel. As for the picks, Beastmaster, Phoenix, and Spectre picked up by EverNova. Earth Spirit, Invoker, Nature's Prophet, and Witch Doctor picked up by Dragneel. Already a pretty different set of heroes that we're seeing coming out from Dragneel based on all the other games that we've seen. Not really that far from the meta, but definitely different kind of lineup than what Ro2 was playing. So it'll be interesting to see how EverNova is able to adapt their playstyle to deal with it. We do expect that Nature's Prophet to be in the offlane, Invoker to be in the mid, Earth Spirit and Witch Doctor going to be the two supports. So it's just the hard carry left for Dragneel. As for EverNova, we got the safe lane farming Spectre, we got the offlane Beastmaster, we got one, now two supports with the Phoenix and the Crystal Maiden. I don't think we've seen the Crystal Maiden played by EverNova yet. I've definitely seen Derp play it before, though. As we expect him to be on that Crystal Maiden and Metro probably to be on the Phoenix.
10 seconds remaining.
As we saw, was it game 2? Whether game 2 or game 1, we saw Metro playing Phoenix for EverNova over our last series.
Reserve time.
Last ban is in from Dragneel. It's the Death Prophet. We were joking a little bit about it because Blitz said something earlier about how Death Prophet is a trash hero. And now I'm paraphrasing the paraphrase there, but yeah, he's saying it's a trash hero and not really worthwhile, but EverNova's made it work. in Game 2 to get them to Game 3, where we had that ridiculous match where we had a Huskar against a Broodmother. And the Huskar and EverNova's eventually prevailed. As EverNova bans out the Slark.
5 seconds remaining.
So who is EverNova's going to pick for their mid hero here to go up against the Invoker? They're going to go with the Brewmaster.
Radiant team pick.
And now the carry for Dragneel. It doesn't really have to be something that deals too much damage.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, you don't have to pick something that's going to go super late against Spec.
5 seconds remaining.
Because you've already got like a decent amount of damage that's going to come out with the Invoker. You've got a pretty greedy offlaner in your Nature's Prophet. So it doesn't have to be something super, super late. But I like a hero that's definitely going to come on in the mid game. I think that's when Dragneel's really going to hit a really strong moment in the game. And they're going to go with the Necro. It's a second Necro that we've seen tonight. And that's exactly what I was talking about. A hero that's really going to come on and shine in the mid game, but still has that potential to go a little bit later, so you can deal with the Spectre as you get there. Get to the point where that Spectre really starts coming on. But it's a hero that's going to shine in the mid game. It's going to pair up well with your Invoker and your Nature's Prophet when both those heroes are shining. And if it's a hero that's strong in the mid game, then you don't even need the Nature's Prophet to be there in the mid game, which is also really important. He can be there if you need to, but he doesn't have to be. So if the other heroes are causing a whole bunch of trouble on the map somewhere, Nature's Prophet can always say, well, there's a bunch of empty space over there. I'm going to go and destroy some structures. So I really like that Necro pickup. Exactly the kind of hero I was thinking that they were going to go for. And here we go. We jump on into it. Our first game of the Grand Finals for the Manila Major Open Qualifiers for the Americas to determine which of these two teams is going to join the other 8 in the Americas main qualifiers to figure out who's going to go to Manila to represent the region. Of course, we're going to do this all again starting tomorrow to find out who the 10th team is as we start afresh with a whole nother probably 500 or so teams and work our way down to just one to determine that 10th team. But we got to figure out who's going to be the 9th first. So let's introduce our teams and our players. As on our Radiant side, we are going to have Dragneel. We've got AOGG playing the Witch Doctor. We've got just no name, just no name. He's going to be playing our Earth Spirit. We've got Blink 182 playing the Invoker. Appleboy playing the Necrophos, and Tara is going to be on the Nature's Prophet, and apparently still sitting there hanging out in the fountain. And for our Dire side, we've got EverNovas. We've already seen them play many games tonight, but we've got Derp playing the Crystal Maiden. Let Me Go. We saw him in Spectre a little bit earlier in the night. Metro is going to be on that Phoenix. Volvo, please give Brewmaster. So he's going to be playing the Brewmaster. And Ho-Okay is going to be on the Beastmaster, which he played last game. And look at this. We've already got a gank set up coming out here from Derp and Metros. They're going to hang out in the bottom lane trying to get an early kill here. As AOGG is going to wander out into the lane. They could easily just come out and probably kill him. They don't have any vision though. They don't have a ward in the lane. They've got a sentry. And the Radiant side's got an observer ward, but the Dire's observer ward is all the way deep in the Radiant jungle. They want to go for this kill here. Probably on the Necro. Things are coming out from Derp as they're actually going to go on Ho-Okay, and here they come. Metro and Derp come out of the trees. They're going to go on Appleboy. The freeze is there from Derp as they're going to try to right-click him down, and they're going to have enough. As First Blood's going to go the way of EverNovas as they kill Appleboy and punish them for picking a Necro.
Denied.
Now we got the Earth Spirit making his way down towards the bottom lane to try and help out. As he was just kind of messing around in the mid. He was expecting some action to happen there, but didn't happen. It was all in the bottom lane. Speaking of our mid, let's take a look at our mid matchup. We got Invoker going up against Brewmaster. Our top lane is going to be an off-lane Nature's Prophet going up against a Spectre. And, well, Derp's probably going to be in and out of the jungle as CM, that's one of the things she can do really well, is just hop in and out of that jungle and get some good XP and get some points into our Arcane Aura, but for the most part you kind of just want Crystal Nova and Freeze at 2, and then you start putting points into your aura, but it's all dependent on the game. We'll see what Derp's going to go with this game. As we come back to our bottom lane, where Ho-Okay is getting engaged on as the Earth Spirit comes rolling on in, and Ho-Okay gets kind of low, but he's got a bird there with him, so he's fine. It looks like they're gonna keep the Beastmaster and the Phoenix down there for a bit. Metro's unsure about where he's gonna go, but they're gonna be going up against the Necro, and whatever supports Dragneel chooses to leave down here, they've been kind of rotating them in and out. But I expect the Witch Doctor to stay down there, and the Earth Spirit to be the more aggressive, more mobile of the two as they kind of move around the map and look for opportunities. So far, mid lane's going pretty much dead even. Blink 182 at 9 and 3 CS, and the Brewmaster sitting at 9 and 2. So pretty much dead even between those two. Got a battle up here in the top as Let Me Go and Tara are going at it. Looks like the Spectre came out on the losing end of that. As Derp and Metro have smoked up, gonna make their way towards mid. One of the big advantages of the Crystal Maiden, notice Derp at level 2 picked up the Arcane Aura just because I said that he'd probably go the other one this game, but I'm wrong once again. No. Smoke gets popped, and now, I don't know about this play, as Earth Spirit comes rolling on into the two heroes. I think he just saw the Crystal Maiden. Now Tara TP's in, and now Metro's going to have to jump up onto the high ground. With the Icarus dive, Derp's going to have to take the long way around. There's the very, very slow Crystal Maiden. Rolls on forward. Won't be able to catch up to the CM, but Derp's going to keep taking the long route all the way around, as Let Me Go is going to come in and try and help him out. Metro comes in as well. And we don't have a single hero go down in that exchange. Looks like some heroes have taken damage in the mid lane, as Blink 182 is down around half HP. And looks like the Brewmaster was around that as well. But he's bottled himself back up as he sits there waiting for top rune, and it's going to be haste for him.
What ails you?
So a big difference this game so far is going to be the Spectre. He's sitting at 6 and 1 CS, which is not where you want to be. Appleboy, we saw him go down for that first blood, but he's been farming since then. 22 and 2, so big discrepancy between the two safe lane farmers. And with that mid lane going pretty much even, you have to give the advantage to Dragneel so far. Even the offlaners are going their way as well, as the Nature's Prophet is actually leading in last hits, 27 and 15. And the Beastmaster, although he doesn't really need anywhere near as much gold to be effective as a Nature's Prophet does, he's down at 7 and 1.
How many times are you gonna miss?
Brewmaster just spills his drink on Blink 182 there. Metro and Derp, are they going to start making a rotation down? Not yet. Derp still just kind of jungling away here. Notice he's picked up a Windlace. I like that. He's in a position right now where he's playing the position 5, and he needs to be buying the support items because it's really important for the Phoenix to get off to a good start as well. So he can buy the Windlace. It augments the fact that CM is just ridiculously slow. And isn't as expensive as buying boots. Although, you know, Derp will get there. But it gives you that little bit of boost of movement speed a little bit earlier. Although it does delay your boots, it's still, I think I like it. I haven't experimented enough with it to know exactly how much I love Windlace, but I think so far it's definitely an item of choice for me. Brewmaster just walks in, says, oh, you're going to leave a bounty rune here for me? I'll gladly take that, bottle it up. Your Spirit picks up an Arcane rune as he starts moving towards top, where Let Me Go is trying to farm some treants, but not going to be able to kill them. One of the changes in the patch for 687 is they increase the gold bounty for killing the treants. I honestly expected a much bigger nerf to the Nature's Prophet, and I really don't think that changed. The increase in the bounty is that significant at all. So, I don't know. I think we're going to see that hero quite a bit, although we haven't seen too much tonight. But I think we're going to see a lot to come. As Apple Boy is going to get initiated on, we're going to have the Brewmaster split as the Necro just gets disintegrated. As AOGG might be in trouble as well, we're going to have a Sunstrike. It's not going to land. As the target there was going to be Derp Derp. And certainly if it did hit, that would have been a cooked CM. But it's going to be off the mark. They come down. Another good, strong rotation from EverNova finds 2 kills. As it's really been Derp Derp and Metro dictating the pace of this game. As Let Me Go gets initiated on, but he's level 6, so he can just haunt. He haunts towards the mid lane where the Invoker is, as he gets a cold snap and a couple attacks off. 64 HP, and it's just enough. That right click is just enough to finish him off. And oh, did he? He got it! He got, what a play from Metro! Blink 182. Dropping his items, and I'm not even really sure why he dropped the Gloves of Haste. But he dropped the Gloves of Haste. Metro comes, Icarus diving on in, picks up the Gloves of Haste, and steals it from the Invoker. Oh, what a play. Now Bruce gonna have to TP away, and I just saw the debuff. There it is. We got a Blightstone pickup by the Nature's Prophet. A lot of these players taking advantage of these new items, even a Windlace on the Nature's Prophet.
Are fortified.
Once again, I think a lot of these items are definitely underused right now, and it's going to take a lot more time for people to kind of experiment with that kind of stuff.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And figure out, you know, is it worth it to buy the Windlace, even if you're going to throw it away a little bit later, or buy something like the Blightstone. Once again, even if you're going to throw it away a little bit later. It might increase your farming efficiency enough. It might increase your kill potential enough to warrant the cost. Because both of them are pretty cheap, but they provide quite a bit of a boost in the early game when you can get them. Char's going to TP up to the top lane, and the Earth Spirit's going to come rolling on in. It's going to kick a rock at Let Me Go. And he says Let Me Go, and they will. So he's going to get into the trees there, and he's going to be okay. Derp Derp was starting to make a rotation up. A little bit behind him was going to be Metro. And a scan being used, trying to keep tabs on where this Beastmaster is. He's not up there. Not yet, at least. But because he's not there, it's actually going to tell them quite a bit about his plans on where he's going to be going for a gank. But we see he just walks right past an Observer Ward, so they definitely know he's coming now.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And AOGG's gonna walk right up. This is pretty scary. They know that he's making that rotation. The pings are coming out from the Necro, indicating that the Beastmaster is most likely in that location. And they're gonna go for a counter gank here, and it's gonna work out beautifully as the Beastmaster is gonna go down. Doesn't die to the Reaper's Scythe, but he still goes down nonetheless.
The seeds of fortune.
Tar going to TP up and steal that bounty rune. His Tome of Knowledge now going to get picked up by the Earth Spirit. And Derp Derp's going to buy it for his team. As a Crystal Maiden, definitely a hero that loves levels. There's Midas now, purchased by the Invokers. Blink 182 had a minor setback there with his Gloves of Haste getting snatched up by that Phoenix.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The Tier 1 tower takes some more damage. This Catapult doing a little bit of work here. Now the Nature's Prophet going to TP in, spawn some Strants. And this Tier 1 tower is definitely in danger of going down here. There's already 3 heroes here from an EverNova to try and defend. Looks like it'll be enough. As Dragneel not really willing to stick around and try and bring down that Tier 1 tower. They'll wait until a little bit later. They start moving down towards the bottom. You can see there's a lot of movement coming up from Dragneel. They're trying to pull the opponents around on the map.
Is under attack.
And he's using and abusing the fact that they have teleportation on this Nature's Prophet. Really pull everyone around.
Pull roots and
Radiant's
run.
top tower is under attack.
And the Forward Spirit's starting to do some damage to this tier 1 tower. The deny is there from
Dire's
Metro.
middle tower has been
So they'll deny a little bit of gold from Dragneel, but still that's gold that Dragneel has now,
Dire's structures are fortified.
which can also give them a little bit of a boost. Obviously, you'd like to take every tower without them being denied. Oh, Derp Derp wanted the deny there. He tried. It's not easy on a Crystal Maiden, that's for sure.
Rival split.
Apple Boy's been engaged on. A blink from the Brewmaster into a split. Dagger from the Spectre as well. Now a freeze from the Crystal Maiden, and the Necro is going to take a fall. So now there was a TP towards the middle. It got cancelled, but now it'll come back again.
Warriors of wood.
So where are they planning on going with this? It's going to put pressure on the tier 2? Oh, it feels a little early for that. Especially with these heroes in the bottom lane that are going to start rotating in behind you. You are protected by this Observer Ward, which they refreshed, by the way. That's a second one. They had the one before it expired, and they put this new one there. The same location. Earth Spirit going to roll up onto the high ground, and now he's in behind the Beastmaster, who's not going to be able to back. He was Maledict anyways. The Earth Spirit actually didn't even do anything. He just walked by and said, well, you're dead. And Ho-Okay just kind of said goodbye.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now they're going to go for the tier 2. Now they've got an opportunity to do so. And get that tier 2 down to 400 HP. And now they can TP away, and once again, it's another one of these plays where you just feel like Dragneel's always one step ahead of EverNova's. They're always in the right place at the right time, and it's not so much that they're reading the game a little bit better so that they're always just there first. It's more so that you have EverNova's now playing the game very reactionary. They're constantly just kind of reacting to everything that Dragneel's doing. And Dragneel's setting the pace of the game, They're dictating everything that's going on in this game just by moving around. We saw in the laning phase, it was kind of the opposite. Dragneel was winning the lanes, but EverNova's was dictating the pace of the game because they had such a strong roaming duo with the Phoenix and the Crystal Maiden. But now that we've exited that laning phase, and they're now larger multiple hero movements, you have EverNova's actually trying to chase them around, and that's partly because they're a little bit behind in terms of the early farm. And I'll actually switch over to net worth now, and you can see the top 3 are just like they show up in the last hits. They're all on the side of Dragneel with the Invoker at 6.6, 5.7 for the Nature's Prophet, 5.7 for the Necro as well. And then there's a couple of heroes from EverNova's sitting around the 4K, 4.3K mark. And then you have the offlaner. Once again, the Beastmaster doesn't need anywhere near as much gold as the Nature's Prophet. So the difference between those isn't as significant as it would be if, let's say, it was a mirror matchup, obviously. But still, that Beastmaster is pretty far down there. 3K gold on a Beastmaster is not ideal. He doesn't have Necrobook 1 even finished yet. It's not an ideal position to be on a Beastmaster in 15 minutes into the game. And now because of that, we still, once again, have Dragneel moving around the map. Every movement they make is covered by an Observer Ward. They had an Observer Ward here spotting the potential rotation that way, but they had nothing watching the other way, so they used Scan. So they can constantly kind of rat even more efficiently. The other time they made that play towards the mid-tier 2, they knew that the rotation was going to come through this Observer Ward, so they had that covered. They're really moving around the map really, really well. And just seeing them play here for 15 minutes, it doesn't surprise me now that they managed to, well, obviously get this far, but they managed to, even in the semifinals, beat a team that was, what most would say, heavily favored to beat them in FDL. They're playing some really damn good Dota right now, that's for sure. Well, we now have Boots of Travel up on the Invoker. The Midas starting to do some work. Got a point booster as well. Yeah, the mech is complete. It's going to be flying in on the Courier for the Nature's Prophet. Just Arcane so far, but a Windlace as well, and the Witch Doctor. And what about the Earth Spirit? Arcanes as well. And your typical support stuff. And now the Necro. He's got his Blink, he's got his Veil. And so far, so good for him. He had a little bit of a rough start, but he was able to get some farm going. As for EverNova's, don't have time to go over their items because we've got a start of a fight here as the Supernova is going to get used very, very early on. It's going to net them a kill on the Earth Spirit as Metro is going to pop there as he's going to come right back. Derp's actually going to TP out of this as Appleboy is going to blink on in. Reaper Scythe on the Beastmaster. Once again, it doesn't... I don't think it got the kill there as Metro trying to go up onto the high ground. He's not going to be able to do so, so he's going to go down. So it's a 2-for-1 trade so far in favor of Dragneel once again, but now they're going to get another tower on the back of it. It's just constant pressure all over the place coming up from Dragneel, and they've now taken all but one tier 2 tower from EverNova's if they're able to break through this backdoor protection, but the creep wave comes and saves them. So they've gotten all but one tier 2 tower. The last one left standing is in the bottom lane. But EverNova's, they have yet to take a single tower this game, and that is a lot of gold advantage just through towers that Dragneel has right now. Now they're going to go for Roche as well. We'll take a quick look at our gold graph, and that is I think this is very indicative of what's going on in this game. 10,000 gold lead for Dragneel, and XP is pretty similar, just under 7,500 XP lead for them as well. I think this is pretty indicative of how this game has been going. Last game was not the case. They're very much in control of this game, and honestly, just watching this and even being in EverNova's position, you almost feel helpless because the enemy team is just playing so well. They're moving around the map so well, and you just feel like you're constantly trying to chase them around, and you're always there just a little bit too late. You've got to try to think ahead, but you can't because they're still one step ahead of you. It almost feels helpless or hopeless. Now this tier 2 tower is going to go down. EverNova's has absolutely no business trying to defend this, and they're not going to. Metro, careful. Oh my goodness, the Rock! The Rock! He's going to get the kill there. As Metro's going to go down, and now the tier 2 goes down as well. What do they do? They keep going. They go uphill, 19 minutes in. And you've got the Aegis on your Necro still. Why not? He's going to blink forward. He's going to go right onto the Brewmaster, immediately leading with the Reaper Scythe. And they're going to be able to get the kill. It's going to force out the buyback from the Brewmaster. As the Beastmaster also went down. Here's the Haunt coming in from EverNova. Just let me go. Tries to engage Oz the Spectre, as he's had to go Blade Mail here. But he's not really going to be able to reflect much damage here because he just had to run away because he would have died. He can't really tank much at this point in the game. As Appleboy going to get frozen up. Derp's going to let it go as he stands on the high ground. But he's going to go down as well, and it's just 2 heroes left alive on the side of EverNova's. One of them's a Spectre. He's going to go down. The Beastmaster, Brewmaster goes down at the same time. We're going to have a buyback from the Phoenix as Metro tries to come in, but DGG's going to get called. 12-6 is our hero total, but that was a very, very one-sided and very impressive game from Dragneel, as they're looking like they're in a great position to take the next game as well and earn that top spot, that 9th spot for the America's main qualifiers. Well, that was an interesting one, and it was pretty much a clinic on how to play some good Dota, and also it's almost rat Dota, but not really. It's just good Dota. But they just moved around the map pretty much perfectly. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Nature's Prophet get banned, even though I don't think the Nature's Prophet stood out as being like, oh my gosh, that Nature's Prophet play was so incredible. I think they all played well, but I think the Nature's Prophet really enables the playstyle that they went with. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that next game. But guys, I'm going to throw it to some music in the meantime as we get ready for Game 2. But once again, I'm Niz. If you're listening in on Dota TV, feel free to hop on over to twitch.tv/NizCast. Hit me up with a follow and also say hi in the chat. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a few minutes as we're going to have Game 2 between Dragneel and EverNova's.